Hey everyone, Genome here, catch you with my next unboxing video. That's right, the instrument bug has bit me again and I have purchased a new item. And I thought I'd go ahead and open it up and maybe play a few little things for you just to see how it sounds. Once again, maybe let it acclimate, I don't know. But without further ado, this is the best products or best choice products, acoustic bass. So I've been wanting an acoustic bass. For the reason is a friend's band of mine has been playing a lot of acoustic gigs, and I can either loan it to them or maybe sit in with them every now and then just to kind of pluck around. But basically, let's go ahead and get into this thing and see how it is. I have not opened it yet, so you are going to join me on the journey of opening.
Is that a fact? That's a fact.
Okay, first things, it seems there's no exterior box, but it does seem very tightly packed. It's not moving around in there, which is a good sign. It's better than it can be said for some of the other stuff I've gotten. And I'll tell you all the pricing and such here shortly, if I can get this thing open. There we go. Okay, I did get it in black. It seemed more appropriate. I could have gotten a natural and all that, but I've noticed like other people who played electric or acoustic basses, they're usually in the black. So I went with the black finish, kind of differentiating itself a bit. Standard packing material for these guys. Comes with a truss rod adjuster. And that is, I guess, technically the brand name, Best Choice. So it's going to be an unbranded headstock, most likely. Yep. So whatever Best Choice, just another Chinese-made guitar. And obviously got these string protectors on there. Now I thought this was supposed to be a full size. This looks almost like a short scale bass, and the body does seem a lot smaller than expected, but it does have the plug out. There is a built-in EQ. Looks like it takes a 9-volt. Yep, 9-volt. So you can plug this baby in if need be. And let's go ahead and get this protective film off of there. Then I'm sure it's not in tune, but okay. And there's a little bit of silica here. Goodbye. And we'll give you some initial impressions, and then maybe I'll pluck around on it just a little bit to give you an idea of how it sounds. But yeah, these are super loose. Strings probably never even been tightened, so it'll probably take a while to tune up. Okay, so initial impressions. Let's see if there's a little film on the pick guard here. There is, which I did not take off when I did the RA90 review. It looked a little dusky, but here is the unit. Interesting. It doesn't match up with what's on the screen, but I might actually like it. The bridge appears to be, looks like rosewood, to be honest with you. Or not rosewood, yeah, kind of like, or cedar wood, kind of. I guess it's more of a cedar look with the grain. Yeah, this is more, I don't smell cedar though. Whatever wood that is, Indian laurel, or that's the bridge. On the website, it looked like a black bridge too, so maybe it gives a little more pop, I don't know. Interesting how the strings are kind of just floating out there like that, or the caps for the strings. But okay, so here we go. We got a little embellishment around the sound hole. Looks good, you know, not inlay or anything, but I don't, it's been clear coated over. I don't feel a lip on it, so that's kind of nice. And it's not showing it probably too well, but it's definitely bright. There's a cutaway here. A very integrated pick guard. You can't even see it now because of the black. I guess if you really wanted to make it pop, you could maybe put a white one or something on there. Let's see why you couldn't. Binding all the way around, both sides. Kind of impressive that it has that. As you can see, here's that. Sorry about that noise. There's a little sticker here. Date of manufacture was actually in May of 2021, so it's well-aged wood, right? You're old. Not used to seeing that sticker back there. It is a set-in neck, obviously. Hey, it's got the strap button here. My last guitar, acoustic, didn't have that. So a pretty deep neck here where it goes in. Yeah, I just thought this, I thought the body would be wider than it is, but it says full size, so I've never played one of these kind of basses before, so I'm not exactly sure on the size of it. This is definitely a short scale. It says 22 fret, and I didn't count. That may be very well, but I mean, look how short this is. I'm used to seeing the acoustic bass in there, and they kind of go out there. But you know what? I don't mind that so much, to be honest with you. Okay. Got finding a few fit and finish errors here, but let me tell you how much I paid for this. I paid $100 for this. Cheap. They had ones of the same kind, or $1.50. This one I got for $100. So even if it's only middling, I think we're doing all right. Once again, a very thirsty looking fretboard, which I'll have to condition like I did with my violin bass, and binding on the neck as well. Let's see, there is definitely some fit and finish issues on the back of this one. At least on the neck, there's looks like overspray. Let's see if, I don't think this is gonna come out, but maybe I'll get some pictures of it. There's overspray on the neck, white flecks. I don't know if that will come off. Looks like it might be underneath the clear coat. So there's, or it might be dust, might not be overspray, but your sight dots are there on the binding, and here's one of the fit and finish issues. I saw another one. Of course, it's not real good around the joint here. Wise, you got some overspray there, but this is some sort of defect in the binding. It's kind of a brownish look. It's not going to make or break. Definitely not the cleanest edge here on the binding, but whatever. No one's going to see that but you. Nut seems to be cut maybe a little bit shallow here, but doesn't seem to be too bad. Definitely plastic. Mostly flush with the sides, which is kind of nice. The frets themselves are not real big, and they're very gritty, obviously, so I definitely need to clean those when I condition. But they all seem to be in good repair. It's tough to say. The action is a little bit high, but that might be typical for one of these style basses. I'll have to look into it. The important part is where I'm mostly playing, it looks like it's almost dead on. And of course, as I tighten these up, no name, no brand tuners. They're sealed. Feels like they turn pretty well though. And it's not bad. Interesting headstock design. It's kind of all over the place. But like I said, unbranded. The tuning machines actually feel fairly good. Like very responsive. I don't see, there's no play in these. And they're turning really well. I'm actually very, very happy and pleased with the action on these tuning machines. I don't think I would change these, assuming they hold tune. But they have a good solid tune, because a lot of the other ones I did, you'll get wiggle in there, like before it engages. These are instantaneous. So for unbranded, sealed machines, these are actually pretty good. And they have, take this little bit off of there, but I'll just leave it on there for now. Headstock, like I said, nothing's jumping out at me here as being out of place. Finish seems pretty good up here. Of course, no binding around the headstock. It's all these units have been buying at this price point, been like that. Woo boy, it smells of glue. This is definitely laminated.
Smells like a jockstrap.
Man, it smells like Elmer's glue, just like it. Just like with the Rogue acoustic I got over there, this is a cross brace top, which is a very nice touch. It looks super clean in here. I wish you could see it, and I don't think any pictures will do it justice, but let's see if I have a, I don't have a flashlight. I'll turn that light on over here. Maybe I can point it over here. It's probably not gonna help, but basically, take my word for it, the sound hole is exceptionally clean in there. There's no wood bunnies floating around in there at all. Everything looks well cut, and the bracing itself looks decent. Some of the finishing around the sound hole is not the best. Lack of paint in some areas, but no one's gonna see in there but you. And at this price point, I think that's a nitpick we don't need to worry about. The electronics, knob feels good. The switches feel really good. And so it's all there. I mean, it's just plastic, but who cares, right? Anything else fit and finish I need to think about? There's some tone there. You can definitely hear it. Jack is on the bottom, which is good. In the back, looks nice. And there's a little bit of, there's some scratch there. Once again, it's going to be in the back anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. So yeah, I mean, this not the greatest joint in the world, but it looks like it's straight, and there's binding everywhere. So yeah, so far, fit and finish, I'm pretty happy with this. So let's give it a quick tune, and maybe we'll see what kind of sounds we can get out of here, and whether I give my recommendation or not. But interesting unit. So there it is in all of its splendor. All right, let's go tune it. All right, we are back, and we're going to do a little bit of quick demoing on the acoustic bass. So my initial impressions are not really that amazing. I'm just finding it difficult for me to figure out where I'm going to use this often. Maybe that's the acoustical gigs a little bit, but performance of it is not what I hoped it'd be. I don't know if that's any fault of the actual unit itself. It's just not putting out the sound that I had wanted. Once again, I'm not sure if this is the actual size of a typical acoustic bass. It seems a little bit narrow, and you think it'd be a little bigger for some more boom, but whatever. Another note here is these are not the stock strings. Those were absolutely terrible. I popped those off the same day. I opened this thing up and put some Ernie Ball Super Slinky basses on there. They're not the highest end strings, but I mean, the world's better than what was on there. And I'm still not really pleased too much more with the sound, but I mean, it is better, deeper, richer. So hopefully that comes through. I got the mic just sitting over there a little bit. But yeah, I mean, it's not bad, and it plays decently. So the problem I think I'm having with this is volume. Now, once again, this has a preamp on it, or EQ on it, and you can plug it in. It works just fine through the amp. I played it through that. But at that point, I don't really get the point of this instrument. If you got to plug it in, you might as well just bring your regular bass with you and get a better tone. But this is the volume. I'm going to pluck this pretty hard. It's decent, but I'm telling you, if they are strumming hard, and I had a little jam session over there with some of the guys from Relative Obscurity yesterday, this really has a hard time cutting through loud acoustic mixes. Those acoustics will kind of drown this thing. I know you want bass to usually be in the background, but I mean, it's just not loud enough. So I think you really have to plug this in, and once again, that kind of defeats the purpose. If you're going to be lugging an amp with you, you might as well just bring the violin bass or the jazz bass back there. So cool idea, cool concept. Maybe I had my mind in the wrong place when I got it. I'm finding it difficult to figure out where I'm going to actually use this. So, in order to give you a better idea of what this thing can do or sounds like in the hands of someone who's actually capable, I'm going to go ahead and cut in some footage here of my buddy Aaron noodling a bit on the guitar for a few minutes, and maybe it'll give you a better impression of what this thing can actually do. Alright, now do YYZ.
Like, really?
And for the more familiar, really the only tone that I really dig out of this is when I did Money Again. I know a lot of people like that riff, but I think it sounds maybe the closest to the better. So, I don't know, closer. But, like I said, it's just... it's just not loud enough, I don't think. And I plug it in, like I said, I can plug it in for you, but it sounds just the same, just amplified. So, yeah, it's an interesting product. I don't know if I'd recommend it. Probably not. I don't think my unit has anything to do with it. I just don't think this is going to be something that a typical bass player is going to need to use. If you want an acoustic, you're probably just going to go with an upright, as expensive as that is. And if you want to play out at a show, you're going to have to plug it in. And at that point, I don't see the purpose of using this one as opposed to, like, say, the Beetle bass. Let's just give you an example here, real quick, while I got you here. The volume. So, toward the mic. Unplugged, right? Acoustic. Here's the violin bass, unplugged. Electric. Honestly, I mean, there's a higher pitch and register to that, but as far as volume goes, maybe a third louder. It's not really what I envisioned, and it's probably not what you're going to need for the acoustical gigs. I'll probably bring it with during just to test it out if we ever do some live shows with it, but yeah, it's hard for me to give this a recommend. I will say I got this for a song, $100. It's a lot of instrument for $100, I suppose, but I'm not sure if it's something you should just save your money for, probably. I'm not sure.
Me fail English? That's impossible.
I'm pretty sure you should probably just save your money and go for something more you want. I suppose just because I don't see a home for this. Now, if someone in the chat wants to let me know where this would be more useful, I would appreciate it. I'm not trying to dog on this thing, and I'm sure it sounds okay for what it is. It's just, I'm kind of disappointed a little bit. Now, whether it's this unit, I don't know, but I'm just disappointed a little bit on what it actually does. So yeah, anyway, I hope you enjoyed this unboxing. There'll be some more in the near future because I got my eye on a new bass that looks very, very sweet. So maybe we'll get that one here shortly. So as soon as I move some older stock out of here. So yeah, I know I have a problem. So thanks for watching. And until next time, this is Genome, just wondering where his next musical instrument adventure will take him. Out. Fret Buzz.